Peekaboo! Greetings and welcome back to another cinnamon toasty episode of the Vodkast. I'm your host as always, hiding behind these boxes, Geycen Oliver. With us today is the Snoop Cereal, the Cinnamon Toasties. Now, I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my absolute favorite cereal of all time. If you want to check out a video I did with my friends from High From Space, we went over our favorite cereals and talked about them over there. But today, I'm going to move these boxes out of the way because I'm getting a weird echo coming back. And I mean, you know, the money shot over here. So we're going to set these off to the side so that we can focus on the review and demo. Let's take a look at the Snoop cereal first. This is obviously supposed to be their version or Snoop's version of Brodus Foods' version of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch has just such a unique quality to it too. When you sit it in milk, like at first, if you just eat it out of the box, it's delicious. You could have a little snack and just sit in there and you're watching TV at night, maybe a nice movie. I don't know, watch whatever you want. And you could, snack on it. But it's also a great breakfast. You put it in milk. And the nice thing about Cinnamon Toast Crunch that I've always noticed is the outside gets soft where the inside doesn't always get that soft. So you still got a little bit of crunch in the middle with that sweet cinnamony goodness on the outside of it. Fantastic. Is Snoop's going to be able to do that? I don't know. We're going to find out right now. Let's bust into these. We're going to let them sit in milk a little bit while we're sitting here chit-chatting away. I want to thank everybody who's checked out Pete's auction and made a bid or made a donation. You guys are fantastic, phenomenal, and I love y'all very much for that. I'll try to link it in the comments below if I remember. If not, you can find it out there. Follow me on Facebook and the other social media, and you'll find links to those things. So, all right, right out the gate. I feel like we're going to have to try some of this dry. So I'm going to set a little bit aside dry, get these in water. Not in water. That would be gross. Some people put their cereal in water, don't they? When they don't have milk? I'm making a god-awful mess is what I'm doing. And we were very saddened to hear about the loss of Paul Reubens yesterday. He was an amazingly talented, creative, funny, genius artist who introduced the world to a lot of amazing people, Danny Elfman and Tim Burton, of course. So it's really sad that he's no longer with us. He had a profound effect on my life. I grew up watching, all the movies that he made, plus, of course, Pee-wee's Playhouse and the HBO series, which I probably shouldn't have watched when I was a kid, but here's to you, Paul Reubens. Let's bust into the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We'll get a side-by-side physical appearance, see if they look any different, see if they smell any different. I guess we should do a smell test. Let's try with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch first. Nope, nothing. No, I'm not really getting much of a smell out of either of them. That's interesting. All right, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They are similar, I will say, but they don't look identical. Okay, in my hands, and my right hand on your left is the Snoop Cereal, the Cinnamon Toasties, and on the left is the original Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Take a look and see if you can tell the difference. I do notice that Snoop Cereal is a lot lighter than Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't know if you can tell it from here or not. But it is a lot lighter. So let's add some milk in because I've forgotten to put the milk in. At least I remembered the milk today, I didn't have to go running out of the room like a maniac or a bloody fool going to fetch his milk. I had it with me. I was wise beyond my years today. Okay, while we're waiting for that to soggy up, I'm going to try a piece of the original Cinnamon Toast Crunch and see what I think about it. Always a classic, a staple. Sweetness gets you right off the bat, followed up by that little cinnamony burst into your mouth. It's got a nice crunch. It's not an overly crunchy cereal. Pairs really well with milk. Now, let's try one of Snoop's dry. Yay. Not as sweet. A lot crispier. A little bit more cinnamon, I'm detecting. I'm going to try one more of these. All right, so far off to a bad start. Cinnamon Toast Crunch totally conveys cinnamon toast and it's crunchy. It's good, it's delicious, it's sweet. Not a lot of sweetness here in the Snoop cereal, which I find interesting. And if you want to go back and check out the Fruity Hoopz episode, I did a review on that. I didn't do a comparison, but in my mind, you know, I can taste Fruit Loops. I can smell Fruit Loops all the time, anytime, whenever I want to. And I think I did prefer them to Fruit Loops, especially with the marshmallows in there. They were a lot sweeter. This, I'm not getting a lot of sweet from at all, which is kind of a bummer. Let's stir this up a little bit. We'll start with a bite of Cinnamon Toast Crunch because that's the classic, the one that I know I love, and we'll go from there. Here we go, down the hatch. I don't know. For me, Cinnamon Toast Crunch can't be beat. It's a phenomenal cereal. It's a good meal. It's a good way to start your day. Sure, I'm sure there's a lot of sugar in there, but sure as fuck is tasty. All right, let us try Cinnamon Toasteez by Snoop Dogg and Brodus Foods. Also, does it feel like Kellogg's or whoever the hell this is overcompensating? Who is this? Is Kellogg's? Is it General Mills? General Mills. Obviously, this is a mega size box. This is a ridiculously large size box, but all my family loves Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so I know this will get devoured. This is not bad. It is way better in milk than it was not in milk. I don't know if it lets out some of that sugary sweetness, but it definitely felt like it tasted a little bit sweeter than without the milk. I'm going to try one more bite now that it's soaked up a little bit. See if I can get some of that milk in there. Maybe some of the sugar is worn off and fallen into the milk. While I wouldn't say that this is like comparing apples to oranges, it's definitely something. If you're coming here to find this, you're not going to find it here. This is a good cereal. It's very delicious. It's tasty, but it doesn't bring to the table what Cinnamon Toast Crunch brings to the table. This is sweet off of the bat. It's almost overly sweet. Maybe my palate's just gotten used to the sweetness of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and it's not used to the lack of sugar here. Not that there's a lack of sugar. I'm sure it's one of the first few ingredients. Yeah, we got whole grain wheat and then sugar. Let's take a look at the sugar contents of this and see how they compare. Okay, total carbohydrates is 12%, and that is 33 grams. The total carbohydrates on this is 32 grams, and it is 12%. So they're very comparable in nature. Let's go with the Cinnamon Toasties right off the bat. I'd still say they're a very good cereal. I'd give them a 7.5. They're up there. They're above great. They're just not amazing. They don't bring anything different to the table. They're delicious. They're not quite as sweet as the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And a lot of you may end up preferring this due to the fact that it's not so sweet. So I would highly recommend trying it. It's a relatively inexpensive cereal. Right now, as far as I know, Walmart is the only one that carries it, but I could be very wrong about that. I've been wrong about things in the past. Cinnamon Toast Crunch to me is always a 10. It's a perfect cereal. I love it. Great way to start your day. And I can't recommend it enough. This is something else. Let's see what happens when you mix them together. Probably nothing. Imagine if they went to war with each other inside the bowl. That would make for a video, wouldn't it? That's actually kind of nice. I really like that, the two of them together like that. Getting along, playing in the milk, going swimming together. I did notice that this does stay a little bit more crunchy than the Cinnamon Toast Crunch does in the milk. So it was easy to tell apart what was in my mouth. Some of the soggier ones were Cinnamon Toast Crunch, where some of the crunchier ones were the Toasteez, the Cinnamon Toasties. And now that all the cereal babies have gone to their slumber, I must let you go. But I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Vodkast. I know I have. And if you guys are enjoying the content I'm creating just as much as I love creating the content that you guys are watching, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hit the little bell icon because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit wackier together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and in the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, I'm Geycen Oliveira. This is the Vodkast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road. Take care, everybody.